Things ain't always what it seems. Think about it. You need to focus on your dreams. Think about it. Having kids ain't easy. Think about it. You're not ready, man, believe me. Think about it. Life can change in an instant. Think about it. When you gotta take care of an infant. Think about it. Cause you're a kid yourself. Think about it. Before you put your dreams on the shelf. You need to think about it. Think about it.
I was born and raised here in Bakersfield, California.
I was raised here in Bakersfield.
Graduated from North High School.
I grew up over on Jade, East Bakersfield.
Went to Thompson Junior High for junior high, and then I also attended Stockdale High.
I was 15 when I had my first child.
At 18, I fathered a child.
I was 16 when she got pregnant, and I was 17 when my daughter was born.
We were together since I was 15. We didn't have any intentions on having a child. I've always imagined for myself before I even got pregnant that I was going to graduate high school and go straight off to a college. From there, become a nurse and be a traveling nurse.
I wanted to play football. I wanted to be in the NFL or be a veterinarian.
I did have plans on going to college. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do.
I was hoping to be the first out of my family to get their high school diploma, and I had my mind set on that.
My girlfriend, we broke up. She went to San Bernardino, and I was stuck with the baby. She left my daughter with me.
I think the ones that got more upset than anything were our parents.
I asked her if she was sure it was mine. She got very upset.
I felt more disappointed in myself than people were disappointed in me.
High school was one of the biggest things for me. I was wanting to complete it, and that didn't come true.
I love school. I was awarded with a 4-year scholarship for UCLA, but I was supposed to start in September, and my son was supposed to be born in September, so I wasn't able. I had a choice. I could still attend the university and go through the 4 years, but I would have to leave my son behind.
Sometimes it got to the point when I was still playing football, I had my daughter. I had her in a stroller. I had like one of the parents watching my daughter while I'd be at practice.
I dropped out halfway through my senior year. It was an upset for me, but you know, I wasn't thinking about me, I was thinking about my daughter.
Time for myself, it's never.
I couldn't hang out with my friends that much anymore. A lot of things changed.
Me and my friends, we were always getting together. We'd throw a little party, whatever, because we was always working, had money, we'd kick back, go out to the movies, whatever. And then when my daughter came, you know, everything came pretty much to a halt.
Certain things that you gotta change. Going out, if you go out, partying, if you go out, if you party, certain things you gotta stop.
I was a kid myself, and I guess towards the age of ready to be party and go out there and experience the world, and it wasn't about that. Having a kid makes you be an adult, be responsible, have a job, and be focused.
You know, I just got really scared about it. I couldn't see myself with a child, having that responsibility. I thought that if I just ignored it, it would go away.
All my time was consumed with my daughter and my family. It's like I had no life of my own after that.
You can't get what you want anymore. It's no more name brand stuff. It could mean that you have to get what you need and not what you want.
My grades were still going up and down. I couldn't get a work permit, so I had to go cut people's lawns or anything to have some money for my daughter.
6 weeks after my son was born, I had to get up and get a job. I was working Monday through Fridays between the hours of 8 and 5, and I would go to school 3 nights a week, 6 to 9. Having a child is not about you anymore. You have to think about you and that other person, your child, and money is part of that.
You know, I never realized how much diapers cost, wipes, food for the baby, bottles, all that, and you know, she wasn't sleeping very much. I wasn't sleeping very much.
I work full-time all night. Most of the time I work 12 hours.
It's hard, especially when you're a kid yourself.
I was at home, there was a knock on the door and a guy standing there, and he had a packet and said that I had been served. I soon found out that they were taking money out of my paycheck.
When I decided that I was no longer going to deal with my son's father, I immediately opened a case with Child Support Services. Every time they try to find him, he quits a job. He'll die before he pays.
They started taking money out of my paycheck at the video store, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. I can't deal with this. They can't continue to take money away from me. I talked to my friend about it. He hooked me up with a job and started paying me cash, so I didn't have to report it. So I got out of making the payments that way.
I got into some trouble, and then she was left on her own with the baby. She ended up getting on welfare. I was incarcerated in Laredo. I was expecting to meet my public defender, talk about my case, and it was this lady serving me papers for child support. Even though I was incarcerated, I wasn't in the home, so they were trying to get me to pay back what she was getting. That was news to me. People don't realize you gotta pay it back. It looks like it's free money, but it's not.
Working under the table, getting that cash was a good thing, but it had its disadvantages. I couldn't just go out there and get a loan on a vehicle. Everything had to be paid by cash. I couldn't get a house. I was on my way to a party Friday night. Didn't get more than a couple of miles, got pulled over because I was speeding. Police officer asked for my license. They ran my name and found out that I had a warrant for my arrest for not paying child support payments. I got my car impounded and they threw the handcuffs on me and took me away. It was horrible. I was scared. I just didn't think that I belonged there. I was never going to get in a better position of making more money and supporting my family the way that I could. I was just going to be stuck where I was at, and my situation wouldn't get better. And so I needed to make a decision to take care of this other child that I had out there and come clean, basically.
Think about the future. Just think about becoming a parent and everything it takes to be a parent, you know? Think about the diapers, the crying, throw up, and all that. Think about everything you got to take care of, the responsibilities you got to take care of. Don't just think about the bed.
If I were to be able to take everything back, I would, and I would not have my son at a young age.
It's hard. Don't be in a rush to be grown up. Your life can change in an instant. You know, you won't be worrying about yourself no more. It'll all be about someone else, someone that's dependent on you.
I didn't ever think it was going to happen to me, but it did.
If I had to do it over again, I mean, I love my daughter, but I would stick to my schooling and sports.
I'm taking care of the responsibility that I have of paying for this child. It hasn't been easy. This started with me when I was 18. Here I am at the age of 32, and the responsibility is still there. It's basically a responsibility for life. It's not going to go away.
Don't do it. Don't have any kids until you're ready, until you're married, until you have a career, some type of goal, and you've worked towards that goal already, because it is hard.
Things ain't always what it seems. Think about it. You need to focus on your dreams. Think about it. Having kids ain't easy. Think about it. You're not ready, man, believe me. Think about it. Life can change in an instant. Think about it. When you gotta take care of an infant. Think about it. Cause you're a kid yourself. Think about it. Before you put your dreams on the shelf. You need to think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You need to think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You need to think about it. Think about it.